game cheating. But
Man,
ready to talk about some MLB?
oh, I've been ready for the MLB. We, you guys know that we always go through and we give you a preview of each division, But hey, it was one that we were supposed to cover today, but we had to sidetrack. We had to call an audible. You know,
Change your plans.
yeah, we had to make a quick change of plans, but that's not gonna stop us because guess what? We're giving y'all the AL East
Mm-hmm.
preview.
The great, the great AL East. Like this team, this first of all, baseball prospectus. Shout out to baseball prospectus.
Yep.
Basically, they have simulator. They simulate every team, with their own little configurations and everything like that to say who is going to basically what the people's record is going to be. This is the only division in baseball where no one has a projected has a projected losing record. Like no one. Like the least amount of wins for a team for the AL East, what they're predicting is 81. Like they're literally saying everybody's gonna go over 500, and it's the team that we starting with is the worst is the team. Which for me, I'm saying that every team in this division, even before this, I'm saying every team in this division can win 90 games or lose 90 games, and the Rays is the start of that because like the Rays, they got them going 80, 81, and 80, or it was 81.3 and 80.7, whatever. So we'll say 81 and 81. Let's go there. But they got them as basically the team that's going to basically toe the line as far as this division. And to be honest, comparatively to the other teams that are way more talented, to be honest, in this division, they're about right. Now, granted, you got Junior Caminero, who I think is a MVP candidate. I
Yeah,
think he's stellar.
Junior
He's
is
must
very good.
see. I think this is a guy that everybody needs to if the Rays are in your town or if basically the Rays are on your TV or
Hmm.
if you got MLB and they are on, go ahead and watch this dude. Between him and Chandler Stipson, gonna be probably two of the most exciting people in the American League, if not in all of baseball. They
Yes.
also picked up, the homie Cedric Mullins, who longtime Oriole, who is now going to basically be patrolling center field or maybe left in Tampa. They also got Victor Mesa Jr., who is I think going to be in their minor leagues, but he might be called up. Also, the only reason I talk about him because I just found out he was a part of the race today, and B, his brother's name Victor Mesa. So there's a Victor Mesa Jr. and there's a Victor Mesa. The Victor, they were both part of the Marlins at one time, so they both still staying in Florida. But Victor is still, I guess, in the minor league system with the Marlins. Victor Mesa Jr. is basically with Tampa Bay. He is, and he looks like to be the better of the two. But they did go out and get Gavin Lux in the offseason. They did trade away Josh Lowe, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but they brought in some talent. Like I said, they brought in Steven Matz to help their bullpen. Who if this team does suck, that they basically is going to be a trade piece, but should be getting Dre Rasmussen. I can't even say
Yeah,
his
it's
name.
Rasmussen. It's Rasmussen.
Yeah, but Drew Rasmussen.
Drew Rasmussen.
He's supposed to be
Rasmussen.
the opening day starter, from what I heard yesterday. Uh, Great comeback story. Shane McClanahan should be back sometime soon as well. Another great comeback story. The thing with the Rays is that they've had a lot of injuries to their starting rotation. Those two guys in particular. Um, if they come back, you go in Ryan Pepio, who's or he was the one of the trade people. He was the people that they traded from the former Dodger. Then you got basically, Jonathan Aranda, like you got Carson Williams, who's a former top prospect for them. This can be a team that basically wins 90 games because the Rays just always find a way to win 90 games, even if they are as talent deficient comparatively to the other teams in the AL. But nah, this is the team to watch. I think they're going to have some running, especially Chandler Simpson. Hopefully, maybe steals 50, 60 backs this year, especially with being a full season. So, yeah, this I think is a team that is one to watch.
I'm gonna put you on record right now. Above or below 500?
Above. They're going to be above.
Above 500? They were close.
Yeah.
77, 77, 77, and 85. They were close. Ah, I do agree with you. I think that they could be above 500. This is like you said. This is one of those. This is one of those divisions. We either win 90, we could lose 90. It could go either way. I am kind of curious to watch the Rays play, but I got to talk about the Orioles though.
Let's talk about them.
Look, Orioles. I just want to say this. You made me and Rob look like fools in the past, okay? I just I
Fools.
just want to let y'all know that up front. Y'all made us look like fools. Y'all given us hope at a
I'm thinking these
time.
niggas gonna make the World
And,
Series.
and and we was right. We were like they prime. They got everything. And then you know what they did? They hit us in the balls like China was hitting guys in the early 2000s in WWE, and we were out for the
Oh,
count. And I don't appreciate this
mm,
because you got a switch hitting catcher
hmm
that's supposed to be the man at 28 years old. Now you do have a polar bear. You got Pete. You got Gunner. You got Jackson Holiday. You Mountcastle is there. Westenberg is there. Look, Westberg. I don't know why I call him Westberg. You have enough. Kerstead is there. O'Neal is
Gunnar
still there.
Henderson,
What's wrong?
Colt
What's
Kowser.
wrong? Just what's wrong? What's wrong with them? What the hell is wrong with their head?
The health. I know Adley Rushman was out like good amount of the year. I know they just it was just up and down for them. They didn't have any pitching, like which was one of the things we kept
This
saying
is true.
last year
Yeah,
is
we
that
kept
they
saying it.
needed a pitching, and they gave away Grayson Rodriguez, and everything like that. But they went and got former Ray Shane Bass. They went it. Trevor Rogers was basically like was like a glory story for them. Like came out of nowhere, former Marlin and everything, and just I don't want to say came out of nowhere. He basically did much better than what he had done previously. Like he played above his weight class. But they went and got Ryan Helsley. Felix Batista should be back sometime this year, but it's not something to bank on really because he's coming off of Tommy John. They went
Yes.
and got Chris Bassett. So they did
Yeah, they got Kyle's
put
there
in
still too.
effort. Yeah, they did put in effort to basically bolster up their rotation and bolster up their pitching staff. But this is a team that I think is way for a bounce back. Like this could win. This could be an 100-win team just because of what they have on offense. When you're talking about former top prospect Samuel Basello, when you're talking about Gunnar Henderson, who could be, if he really like stuck to it and really like focused, could be an MVP candidate as well. Like Tyler O'Neill, who has a lot of talent, but just can't stay healthy either. But Heston Kjerstad, again, you talked about Adley Rushman, switch hitting catcher, like Jackson Holiday, who still has pop, and it's just like you don't know what Jackson Holiday you're gonna get. But if you can get the Jackson Holiday that basically was a former number one top prospect in all of baseball, this is a team that basically can lead the league in offense. Like this is a team that, and we talk about the polar bear. This is a team that is outfitted to basically win. Can they have the pitching to hold it up? We talking about boat race after boat race. It's probably what it's going to need to be. But if they could get Shane Bass with the potential that he had, and basically you elevate, I mean, if you go still what you had with Kyle Brandish and Trevor Rogers, this is a team that could win 100 games, like straight up.
Rob, I hear you. But I gotta say this today. I shall believe in said Baltimore Orioles making the playoffs no more. Hell no. I
They they,
ain't going for it no more. Nope.
they hurt your trust. They hurt your
Hurt
trust.
is gone, Rob. It's
Oh,
gone.
okay.
It's
Okay. Well, let
gone.
me ask you. Let me point the question back at you. Over, they're gonna be over or under 500. Like
Under.
they gonna be under.
I
You
think
got
that
them as
they
under.
I think that they're gonna be just under. I think that they're gonna be just under. I think
Ooh.
it's gonna be close.
Ah,
I
man.
I think they're gonna be just under. Like you, I think the boat race is gonna kill them because we're gonna get to some of these other teams. It's other teams in the division that have made improvements. One that holds near and dear to my heart, and I don't think the one who I think is gonna have a worst off year. I don't think that they're gonna be that bad, and I think the one who finished out on top is still gonna be good in their prime to have a good year. I don't think that they can do it. It's
So
something about just because you got to remember last year we made the prediction. We said they're in there. They didn't even make the playoffs. Year before they were in the playoffs. We looked at them in the playoffs and we said, these guys are here now. We gotta
Mhm.
appreciate them. And then we had a tremendous fall off. We were up
Yeah.
here and then went here. And I can't go for them because they fooled me. They fooled me. Because I knew, now granted, I'm a Red Sox fan. I didn't think that we were gonna make the playoffs last year. We made the playoffs. And I remember thinking,
Mhm.
I made playoffs. Baltimore was just there last year and couldn't make playoffs last year. What happened? Just what happened? We knew that it was gonna be a bold race. We knew that they were gonna have to figure something out. They couldn't figure it out. Right now, Rob, we're gonna rely upon, are these arms gonna be here? And I don't think that they're gonna be there. I don't think that they're
Mm.
gonna be there. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be
Mm.
close. I'm saying they might make. I think they might get 79 wins this year. They had 75 last year. I think they might get a few more. But
So
at
baseball
70, yeah,
perspectives
75.
has yeah, baseball perspectives has them at 83 or but 83.5 and 78.5. So basically they're saying that they're gonna lose. They have the possibility of losing about 78, 79 games. So I mean, it might be so you saying that 79 is gonna be more in the win column
Yeah,
than in the loss column.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I mean that's fine. I you know what? And I can understand it because the thing is these bats can go soft. These
Yes.
bats can go hollow, but I think that they have so much firepower that I think that and with the firepower that they've had, like as far as you talk about the Kobe Mayos, the Keldon Couch, the guys that basically they had as far as these are going to be the next, like this was the product of one of the best farm systems in all of baseball. I think that they're going to basically rise to the occasion, and all of that's going to align with also basically bringing in the polar bear, who is still looking for some more money. So like I think his deal is like a 3 year like with like two options kind of shit.
Yeah, I
Like
think so. Yeah.
I don't think he got a long term there for Baltimore. So I think he's gonna be looking to basically like keep himself up. So
Yep.
we'll see.
Now, I just gotta throw this out there. Blue Chew, I'm not above throwing an ad in there for y'all whenever Rob said about the batting going soft, because I was like, they make a pill for that and it's called Blue Chew. You know, I'm just saying, I could have threw in an ad for you right there.
Like we got you. Which no, let me backtrack. It's a five. He signed a 5 year, $155 million
Oh, so he's there. He
deal
getting
with the
money.
Orioles. So yeah, he in there like
He
swimwear. So
he getting money. He
so
in there. He's there. So
yeah, yeah. So he's actually is there. I'm thinking of somebody else.
but I can't believe in him, bro. I can't believe it. I think a few more wins. I think maybe if they can solve pitching issues, maybe they make a couple moves. Maybe I might change my mind. I might change my mind, but I've been disappointed since last year because I was excited the year before they made the playoffs, and I was like, man, they looking real good. And then all of a sudden they were like, just, I mean, it's like, okay, so you know what? You're not gonna fool me. Look, fool me twice. I can't get fooled again. Okay, then this is that simple. Now, going off of the Orioles, we have to talk about the Yankees. This is a
Mm-hmm.
team that is near and dear to so many of you people who wear a Yankee fitted. Hey, it's a lot of
You
y'all in New
people,
York. Yeah, you people.
all the Yankees, Cowboys, Lakers fans out there.
Yeah, because they all kind of flock. It's like they all gravitate in those circles. You know, it's like it's like y'all should know each other. You know? You was wearing purple and gold. You wear pinstripes this season, no? You. But hey, it is what it is. So, Rob, I see you want to talk about how much the Yankees can disappoint this year. What do you think? What are you thinking? How can they disappoint?
Oh man, like I'm looking at because I'm looking at this roster and I'm looking at basically all the guys that they have. Of course, you got Aaron Judge, who's a perennial MVP candidate. They
Mm-hmm.
brought in Paul Goldschmidt again for another 1 year deal. You heard
Mm-hmm.
about Jazz Chisholm? The boy's trying to get 35 million a year for like 5, 10 years or some shit like that.
Ain't happening.
Um, boy, you got so much dip on your chip.
Too
Um,
much dip on
but
this chip.
they still got Max Fried, who I was wrong about mea culpa or whatever the fuck that means. But like, I'm sorry. And they still got the hellified bullpen, Camilio Duvall, David Bednar. Like this team is set. They are baseball perspectives got them winning 88, 89 win games
I
this
could
year.
definitely see that.
But but it's like I feel like this is a team ready to fall again. Because the thing about it is, yes, they went in the playoffs. They beat y'all Red Sox. Like, I, who I had. That was another thing. Red Sox, y'all disappointed me because I had you motherfuckers going to the playoff. I had you motherfuckers going to the World Series. But then I was like, I shouldn't have trusted your bitch ass anyway. But either way, that's neither here nor there. This is a Red Sox team, or this is a Yankees team that basically has the talent, but you can't trust. The reason why Jazz Chisholm ain't gonna get that kind of money because that motherfucker plays like 35 games a year.
Yes.
So there's that. Then Jason Dominguez, who is a former top prospect, don't really know what's gonna come out with him. Granted, their pitching did show the fuck out last year. You remember Cam Schlitter, Schilter, Schlitter,
Yeah, I'm
like a
about to say
splitter.
Schlitter.
It's like a splitter, but it's got the Schlitter. But I think Mad Dog called him Shitter. Either way, it was either Mad Dog or the other boy. But yeah, either way, Garrett Cole's supposed to be coming back. They gonna have the pitching. I don't know about this lineup. Cody Bellinger actually got his money, but I don't know about this lineup. Granted, Aaron Boone has a way of keeping a team that has 100 wins that loses in the first round. So yeah, chances are they might get close to that 89. Then they gonna get closer to the 73 losses that they talk, or 73. I mean, they're gonna get closer to 100 wins than they basically gonna be away from 100 wins. But this is a team that's ready to disappoint. And when you was talking about the Orioles basically being under 500, this is a team. If any team in the division that I could say has the possibility of being under 500, just because of like this bubble got to pop with Aaron Boone sooner or later, and I think it pops a little bit earlier than it does. Like I think him having a losing record with this team, I think it's gonna basically be the thing that basically gets his ass kicked out of there.
I can definitely see that. Now we got to give Chisholm a little bit more credit because the past two seasons, he won 47, 130 last year. Granted, he's only cleared 100 games two other times in his career so far.
Yeah, but that's not enough for me, dog. You got to be better
It
than
is. It's not
that.
enough. It's not enough for him to ask for that type of money.
Like, and I love Jazz. Like, Jazz is one of my favorite players in all of baseball. Man, you can't stay healthy, dog. Like, you got to stay on the
Yeah.
field, man. Like, we want to see you out there. And granted, I see you had an All Star and you was Silver Slugger last year. He is capable of doing that every year. It's just that you got to do it, man. Like, you just got to do it. I want you to get paid too. I want you to get that money. You just got to stay on the field.
Yeah. It's the health concerns with him, dog. It's just the health concerns with him. But I think the Yankees are gonna do Yankee shit. Like they're gonna be there and then they're gonna lose in the playoffs. I don't look. I see every team being somewhat competitive. Like I said, I don't find Baltimore as big of a threat because of pitching. Same thing
Mm-hmm.
kind of with Tampa Bay because everybody's trying to bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
But we all know the Yankees will show up, they'll make the playoffs, and then they go out in the playoffs. Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's not a look. And look here, Yankee fans. I know some of you are saying, "Oh, you just hating because we could win the World Series." Look, I could win the lottery. Okay, but that don't mean that it's guaranteed to happen. It's a chance that it could happen. Now, as many of y'all as many of y'all who believe that you can win the World Series, it's a lot of other teams that beg to differ. Okay, there's a lot of other teams that are like, no, no, you're not. Like it's just not happening. Do the Yankees have like MVP in Aaron Judge? Yes, they do. Do they have good
Yeah.
pitching? Yes, they do. But for some reason, whenever we get down the stretch, it just all fold up like origami, and you flick it out the window and it goes sailing away. I don't know what it is. I don't know what
Sail
it is.
away, sail away.
Yeah. Now, playoff team, yes, I know that y'all are gonna be a playoff team. Where y'all at? I think somewhere around what they said, 89, 90. Y'all are gonna win games. Y'all are definitely gonna win games. World Series, don't know about that. Don't know about that at all.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, at all. Now, Rob, I see that you kind of talking about the trades between us calling my team the St. Louis Red Sox. So I'll let you also take this before I unleash how proud I am of my team.
I mean, well, before your unleashment, Basically, baseball prospectus got y'all winning 82 games, so they got y'all treading water. I
Oh
got y'all
my
like
god,
right
I
there,
can't believe you
like you're right
baseball
there, right there.
perspective.
Which is kind of nuts because like I'm looking at this roster and yeah, I said the St. Louis Red Sox because we gave y'all Sonny Gray and Wilson Contreras. Granted, we gave y'all Steven Matz last year as well, but now he's on the Rays, so that be that what it may. Granted, we got a bunch back, which we're gonna talk about the Central, a good little while from now. But I'm looking at this roster, I'm like, this is a really good roster to basically only win 82 games. And granted, most of this might be because of what the division is, but I don't think I would basically say y'all would be more time. I would say y'all be more likely winning 89 games before the Yankees do.
Yes,
Because the thing about it is, I think, but having Garrett Crochet, think about this: Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, Ranger Suarez, Brian Bello, Cutter Crawford. That's a
mm,
really nice
mm.
lineup. Then you basically got Johan Oviedo, who is also a former Cardinal, but
Yes he
granted,
is.
by way of a bunch of different teams. But like this is a nice rotation to basically punch out with Peyton Toll, who's a guy that basically is going to be you know supposed to be good for y'all. Connolly early, I think it's supposed to be good. Patrick Sandoval, who I liked in the past. Oh, it looks like it's going to be going for long relief. But yeah, y'all got enough, that y'all basically should have a nice team, like a nice, good record. Like, of course, I got Wilson Contreras, who's going to be anchoring that lineup. When you got Carlos Narvaez, who was really good last year. Roman Anthony, who's basically supposed to be spitfire this year. Jaron Duran, who's looking to get his money as well. Christian Campbell, Masataka Yoshida, who
Yoshida.
basically who is coming back from injury. Tristan Casas also coming back from injury. Y'all should have a way more than enough to basically get more than 82 wins. I think they shortchanged y'all a good amount. Granted, like I said, because of the division, but y'all have a lot of talent on this team that I think y'all could really actually be really good.
Look, I'll just say the guy at baseball perspective. His simulations were on Hennessy tonight that he did everything for the Red Sox. You know,
Yeah.
he was tipsy a little bit, but I'm gonna give him a G pass because of all the improvements, like you said, Rob. Look, I feel like we got rid of our cancer, who's now somebody else's problem now. It, it,
Mm.
look,
Who might that be, my brother?
well, there was this guy, bro. His name was Rafael Devers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and we had talked to him. We had told him he could put up his glove, and then we needed his glove, and
Mm-hmm.
he got upset because we wouldn't let
Mm-hmm.
him play third, and then other people offered to play first, and he was upset about having to play first and stuff like that, And then we traded him. And now, ironically enough, he's in a
Mm-hmm.
situation where he can't play third because there's a guy with a better glove
Mm-hmm.
there, and then
Mm-hmm.
they may need him at first, but he complains about playing first. Okay, so ironically
Mm-hmm.
enough, I took my highest price headache and sent him away to the West Coast where he's about to deal with the same goddamn situation that he was gonna have to deal with in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like how the baseball gods work in my favor sometimes. I took my headache and I passed it to the next team, and that team is all the way in San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
It whenever look, as soon as I saw him complaining, Rob, you know what I said? I said, look at how God worked right there. They handed that headache to somebody else. I said, look, won't He do it for you sometime? He passed that headache over to somebody else, and I ain't got a deal no more. I done
Yeah,
bought a
but the
smile on
funny
my
thing is,
face.
y'all also ain't got Alex Bregman, who y'all
Yeah,
basically who
we
was the
don't.
initial man to pissed him off. So
Yes,
that there's also that is kind of chuckle factory right
but
there.
but I got look. I feel like I got some good young talent. I feel like we're gonna be solid. We did lose
Mm-hmm.
Bregman, but it was just so ironic how he has to deal with the same thing. And I'm looking at him like, I bet you wish you would have shut your goddamn mouth now. You just shut your mouth. Shut your mouth sometimes. Just don't say anything. Just do. They pay their.
Or 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 just play first, dog.
Yeah, just
Just play first.
they paying you an obscene amount of money for you to go play first,
Uh Out the ass kind of bucks.
but yet you want to complain. You want to
Bitch
complain.
moan and complain.
It just And then look, picking up Ranger Suarez, as great of a year as he had last year, I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on Philly's mind. I was like, so you let me get. I, you know what I felt like? I don't remember if you remember the movie Head of State. Whenever they asked him about running for president, and he said, "Which America?"
Like North America?
Yeah, he's like North America. I was like, you should. That's the ranger that you sending over there to me. That's the
Hey,
dude.
we gonna get to talk about the Phillies, but I think they will be just fine. I
Yeah,
think I don't,
yeah.
I wouldn't say that's addition by subtraction, but that subtraction I don't think it ain't gonna matter as much as
Nah. It's not for them.
I is what you're saying.
Nah, but it did. It was great addition for us.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a
yeah.
great addition to us. I was like, you talking about the guy who had 151 strikeouts? That guy. That's the one you. I'm like,
And was hurt for a good minute, so I mean he could have had more.
yeah. It's like you clearly knew something that I didn't know. So I'll take it though. I'll take it. But overall, I think we're gonna win more than 82 games. I do think we're gonna win more than 82 games. Come on now. Come on now, baseball perspective. Be a little bit better. Be a little bit better than that. Now, last but not least, the Blue Jays.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, the Jays of the Blue.
The
How
blue of the Jays.
the Blue of the Jays? You said they've tasted the blood of success. Can they go back for seconds? Do you think that they can make it back to the World Series?
Oh fuck yes, and it's mainly because like the addition they made by adding Dylan Cease. Like basically, you have that motherfucker to complement Kevin Gosman, or I don't know what you're gonna get out of Shane Bieber, but Jose Rios supposed to be coming back. Trey Savage out after his absolutely amazing performance in the World Series. Like I having that basically added on to this rotation is huge. He could basically be a big anchor for that. And I was glad that they were basically being aggressive in trying to get him, because it wasn't like they were like, well, we had a great run. We were like a fingertip away from basically beating the great Dodgers team and everything like that, and just kind of settling. It's like, no, we tasted blood and we want some fucking more. Give us some fucking more. They went and got Tyler Rogers as well to go along with that bullpen. They went and got Kazuma Okamoto from Japan, who was one of the top international free agents. Like they basically went out. Of course, they still got, granted, Anthony Santander is going to basically be hurt for
Yeah,
like
he
5 or
is.
6 months, so he ain't gonna really come back until after All-Star break. But like still got Big Bad Vlad Jr. Like this team is still set to compete. They got baseball perspectives got them winning really the division, but they got them winning 89 games this year. I think that they can basically do. I think they could win about 90, 95 games
Oh yeah.
roughly.
Oh yeah.
But this is a team set for success. I think this is a team that basically wants to compete. Granted, like they were in the Shohei Otani sweepstakes up until basically Dodgers went very much big bank and blew them motherfuckers out the water.
Yes, they did.
But this is a team that has smelled blood, wants more blood, and is hungry. And I love to see that hunger. Granted, we talked about them. We said they were going to be the good vibes team last year because they went and got Max Scherzer, and
Yep.
basically they were going to have him as something as it was at least a trade piece. They said, fuck what y'all talking about, and went to the fucking World Series with
Yep.
it. And so
So we
with
are
them
the
basically
vibe.
doing yeah, we are the vibe. Like they want to win, and I love to see a team that says, "Fuck y'all, what y'all talking about? We ain't gonna regress. We want more. We're greedy. We hungry. We're ready to go get it. All right, Toronto, let's see what the fuck y'all got. I want to see it. I think y'all should want to see it too."
Look, I gotta say this about I gotta say this. The Blue Jays are that one team that I'll say they have shark in the water mentality going on right now. They tasted the blood. They saying where are they at? Okay, where are they at
Where
right
they
now?
at? Oh,
Cause
where they
we
at?
cause
Oh,
we gotta get
where?
to it right now. Look, this team is set up to compete. I feel like if they can stay like they are, this could be one of the teams battling for the World Series for the next couple years, and they could be right there pitching for this with the Dodgers and making that type of power move. They don't have Dodger money, but they got
Mhm.
Dodgers type players on
Right.
there. Now, granted, they ain't got no two-way superstar. They don't have that, but they're ready to compete at the highest level for like the next couple of years. As long as this is intact, they're good to go. And I feel like this is where whenever you separate in tiers, I feel like, and I know not everybody's going to agree with this. I feel like they're better than the Yankees. Okay, because I feel like, and we could be, well, I could be wrong. I feel like they're going to compete to go back. Whereas I feel
Mhm.
like the Yankees, once they win the first round of the playoffs, is like they kind of go into just I made it.
My job here is
Yeah,
done.
I knocked out that first team. I'm good with where I'm at. I won 89, 90
Right.
games.
Like, y'all straight?
Uh,
Y'all good?
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Feels all
ready
right.
to go lose this next series? We can go on vacation, and then that's it. That's what they do. Whereas I think the Blue Jays are like, hey, we sending y'all on vacation. Get ready, be ready because we sending everybody on vacation. Whenever you see us, you need to start planning
Business
your
trip
vacation.
aplenty.
Yeah. Look. Tell your people that you're gonna rent that private jet because we're gonna go ahead and get y'all up out of here. That's how I think the Blue Jays are thinking right now. I think that they're thinking like the Dodgers. Look, we trying to make short work of this. We need that World Series trophy. Okay. Now, I I don't think no. There's some other teams that I think are going to be trying to be competitive this year, but we're not to those teams yet. We're not to those teams, so I won't speak on that just yet. But I think the Blue Jays are the team in that division right now. I think that they are the team. They are those guys, the Blue Jays.